probability of coin experiment. That means we are tossing a coin and we are trying to find the probability. So for this we should know what a coin is. Coin is basically a round shaped figure, round shaped object with two faces. It can be of metal or it can be of plastic or of any other thing. Basically it is used as a medium of exchange. That means whenever we are buying something, we are giving coins to the shopkeeper, and when the shopkeeper is selling something, he is receiving coins. So that means whenever we are having any transaction between the two persons, that means one person is giving a thing to the other and the other is receiving the value. So we can say a coin is basically a medium of exchange, but whenever there is a coin, there are two faces on the coin, and on the one face heads have been drawn or engraved, and on the other face there is no face. So the face which is having the heads is known as the heads, and the other, which is the opposite face, is known as the tails, because it is just opposite to the heads, so it is called the tail. It is not the fact that the tail is drawn on that face. That means on a face we have, on one face of the coin we have engraved as a it can be any face of any person, and that side is considered as the heads and the other is considered as the tails. So whenever we toss a coin which is an unbiased coin, that means an unbiased coin is a coin which is having two faces, one with the heads and other with the tails. So if we toss an unbiased coin, there can be two situations: either we will have heads or we will have tails. So whenever we have heads, so there are either, so the outcomes are heads or tails. So if we want to find the probability of getting tails, that means it is equal to the number of favorable cases upon total outcomes. This is the definition of probability, because whenever we want to find the probability of a particular event, we find the total number of favorable cases upon the total outcomes. So whenever we toss a coin which is an unbiased, so the total outcomes are two: either heads can be there or tails can be there. So, and what is the probability of getting tails? As there is only one favorable case, so the probability of getting a tail is 1 by 2. Similarly, probability of getting head is also 1 by 2, because there is only one favorable case, that is head, and the total outcomes are 2, that is heads or tails. So this is how we can use this knowledge to solve the questions based on the coin experiment. Now let us apply the concept of probability of coin experiment. For this we have taken a question: 3 coins are tossed together. What is the probability of getting exactly 2 heads? And the second is, what is the probability of getting head and tails alternatively? That means we are taking these two situations and we are trying to find the probability in both the cases. So when 3 coins are tossed, we will have to first find the sample space. That means what all possible outcomes can be there. So the sample space will be, sample space is means the total number of outcomes that can occur. So to have the sample space, we can have the conditions that all the 3 coins have head. So we can say this is the first outcome. The second outcome can be 1 head, head and tail. The third outcome can be head, tail, head. And the fourth outcome can be head, tail, tail. That means in the first we have all the heads. In the second we have changed this head to tail, so it became tail. So the second outcome could be head, head and tail. The third outcome is we have changed this head to tails, and we have considered this as it is H. So it was head, tails and head. And the fourth outcome is head with 2 tails. Now these are the 4 options when the first coin is having a head, and again we will have these 4 conditions when the first coin is having the tail. So the fifth outcome will be tail, head, head. Sixth outcome will be tail, head, tail. Seventh outcome will be tail, tail, head, and the 8th outcome will be tail, tail, tail. So we had four outcomes in which we had first we had heads, and in the last four we have the first coin with the tails. So the sample space can be drawn as heads, 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 tail, head. That means we have changed the last coin. That is, if we consider this as the first coin, this as the second coin, and this as the third coin. So in the second case we have changed the position of the third coin. Here we have changed the position of the second coin and considered the third as compared to the first situation. And in the last I have considered, from third I have reached the fourth position where we have both the second and the third coin have the tails. Now this is the sample space in which the first coin is having the heads, and we have taken all the combinations of the second and third coin. Now we will write all the four situations of the second and third coin with taking the first coin as tail. So it was tail, heads, heads, and tail, head, tail, 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 head. This was the situation, and in this it was tail, tail, tail. So these are the total outcomes. So all the total, or we can say the total outcomes will be equal to 8. Now for the first case, now the favorable cases for the first situation, exactly 2 heads. So in this we have 3 heads, so this does not satisfy the condition. This has 2 heads, so the second case, and the third is also having 2 heads, the third case. Then the fourth is having only 1 head, and the fifth is having 2 heads, so the fifth position. And all the other are having, this is having 1 head, this is having 1 head, and this is having no heads. So all the situations in which we have 2 heads are second, then third, then fifth, because in the fourth we have only 1 head and 2 tails. So the total favorable outcomes are 3, and so the probability of exactly getting exactly 2 heads will be equal to total number of favorable outcomes upon total outcomes. Because definition of the probability is the total number of favorable cases upon total cases. Now the favorable cases are only 3, that is second, third and fifth, and so we have 3 upon 8. So this is the probability of getting exactly 2 heads, because in the first situation there were 3 heads, so this does not satisfy the condition because the condition is exactly 2 heads. Now in the second option it has 2 heads, in the third option it has 2 heads, in the fourth it has only 1, in the fifth it has 2 heads. Then again in all the others there are no situations are there in which we have 2 heads. So we can say that the favorable cases are 2, 3 and 5. The total number of favorable cases will be 3, and the probability will be 3 upon 8. Similarly, of favorable cases in the second situation, the question is getting head and tail alternatively. In the first we are having all heads, so this does not satisfy the condition. In this again it does not satisfy because we have 2 consecutive heads, and the option is exactly getting heads and tail alternatively. That means if the first is heads, the second should be tails. But here we are getting 2 consecutive heads, so this is not the situation. So third outcome satisfies the condition because we have head, then a tail and a head. That means alternatively head and tail. So the third outcome is the right answer. So in the fourth situation we have a head and 2 tails. So we have 2 consecutive tails. So this again does not satisfy the condition. In the fifth we again have 2 heads. So it does not satisfy the condition. In the sixth outcome we have the heads and tail alternatively. So 6 is the other option. That means the third is a favorable case and sixth is a favorable case. Now 7th and 8th are again not favorable. So the total number of favorable cases will be 2. So the probability of getting head and tail alternatively. It will be equal to total number of favorable cases are 2 and the total outcomes are 8. When we bring it in the lowest form, it will be 1 by 4. So the probability of getting heads and tail alternatively is 1 by 4 and the probability of getting 2 heads, exactly 2 heads, is 3 by 8. So this is how we can apply the concept of probability in the case of coins. That means we are tossing the coins. So in the coin we are trying to apply the concept of probability of coin experiment.